Welcome to the place to be reviews. I am Pete Etepokuian right here with you, and we are on the marysue.com as you can see. Okay, Internet, Carol Danvers wouldn't touch Peter Quill with a 10-foot pole by one of my favorite feminist authors, if you can call her an author. She writes for the Mary Sue, Rachel Leishman. This article first, I'd like to start out by saying, LOL, sure. But I guess I should explain that there's a theory going around the Marvel fandom internet that Carol Danvers used to date Peter Quill. Again, LOL, sure. As if Carol Danvers would look at Peter Quill and in any way be interested in him. Okay, well, first let's look at this right here. This is problematic. Okay, and I just said problematic. No, why would they have dated? Because they're just in space. I mean, this is funny because this author and this site and this actress are absolutely all terrible. Brie Larson is, I'm going to be surprised if this video doesn't get struck down. But then again, I've only got like 30 subscribers, so I don't know if they'll mess with me or not. But she's so protected, and this is so ridiculous. They act like the thing is, they don't want Carol Danvers to ever have been with Peter Quill because Peter Quill is a straight male, heterosexual white male. So they want Carol Danvers to be with Maria Rambeau, which no big deal, but we'll move on here. Peter Quill sucks. Sorry, he does. If he didn't suck before Avengers Infinity War, he did. He surely sucked after. How many times? Let's see, wait. 1, 2, 3. I mean, 3 times within like a sentence and a half. That's ridiculous. You don't need to say it that many times. Say he sucked. You're just a shitty person, Rachel Leishman. Peter Quill sucks. Sorry, he does. If he didn't suck before Avengers Infinity War, he did. He surely sucked after. And when he disintegrated with a surprised look on his face, despite knowingly ruining the plan that kept Romanoff and Stark, kept the plan from happening. So yes, I'm still not over that because then Natasha Romanoff and Tony Stark had to die to fix what Quill did because he was too emotional. In parentheses, women get crap all the time for being too emotional. So I get to yell at Peter Quill literally allowing the snap to happen because he was. Okay, so far, it's Miss Leishman, I'm sure it's Ms. Leishman, is upset because Cat Pan Marvel, Cadaver Danvers, Captain Cat Lady, was rumored to have dated Peter Quill. Oh, would that be so funny? The patriarchy slamming Captain Marvel. Ugh. And I watched Kong Skull Island with Miss Brie Larson earlier, and she was just as boring in that as she was Captain Marvel. So not a great movie either. Let's see. So she goes on to say, so why would Carol Danvers have dated him? Well, the theory is based around troll dolls. Yes, as if the theory could be even more out there. There is basis because of troll dolls. More on the troll dolls later, but there are quite a few problems with this theory. Primarily that whoever wrote it maybe didn't even really watch Captain Marvel. Well, nobody really watched Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was just, Disney bought the seats, Rotten Tomatoes and Fandango helped cover it up. They moved the goalposts. I mean, it's not unrealistic to say that Disney were the ones that were based in protecting this actress and this character for some ungodly reason, like she's going to be some glass ceiling breaking star, which she's not breaking any glass ceilings. Essentially, a Reddit post insinuates that the Kree girl Quill referred to as a past romantic interest in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 was none other than Carol herself. So what if she was? It doesn't matter, and they have the Lucy. Ew. Before I even get into the troll dolls, that's absurd because Carol Carol would have known about the Kree, known she wasn't a Kree, and at that point in time, in Captain Marvel comes the end with Carol Danvers remembering her past and realizing that the Kree are the bad guys, not the Skrulls. That was the dumbest thing that they could have done. They had endless amount of stuff they could have done with the Skrulls, but they had to make them displaced refugees to try to inject more real world, real time politics into a escapist form of entertainment. For shame. So I'm pretty sure Carol Danvers wouldn't enter herself as a Kree to Peter Quill, especially since she realized that the Kree had lied to her after her accident and wouldn't tell her the truth about her past, even though they knew because of what happened to Mar-Vell. With that out of the way, let's get to those troll dolls. Mar-Vell, who is portrayed by Annette Bening, had troll dolls in her ship. In the very first Guardians of the Galaxy, when Yondu thinks he has the Reality Stone in his possession, opens it up to discover that Quill has placed a troll doll in the orb instead. So naturally, that means he dated Mar-Vell, a Mar-Vell protege, Carol Danvers, right? So this theory hinges on both characters having a connection to a popular toy from a time period in which Peter, Quill, Carol, and Mar-Vell all lived. If I had to guess how Peter got his hands on one, I'd be more inclined to guess it was in his backpack when he left Earth in the first place, rather than that Captain Marvel would have anything to do with him. If anything, this seems like a stretch to connect Captain Marvel to the Guardians of the Galaxy, and while sure there may be some they've run into her, it doesn't mean that she ever date Peter Quill. So keep your troll dolls and your Kree girl theories and don't even think about Carol Danvers being interested in Peter Quill. First of all, if I was Peter Quill, Cadaver Danvers, just gross. Yeah, they really, this Rachel Leishman, I've covered a lot of her articles on my podcast, and she is just horrible. She's just absolutely horrible. I don't understand the why or the how they come up with their topics, and it's just a stretch of information that they go for in these articles, and especially anything on the Mary Sue is going to have obviously that feminist overtones. And I just saw this, and I think everybody's covered Christian Harloff enough that I don't want to kind of get into that right now. So I think I'm going to just leave it with this for the video tonight. Yeah, it's not a real thing. I'm sure this is just some, but even if it is, the fact that it angered Rachel Leishman so much is absolutely beautiful. With that being said, this has gone on long enough. I'm Pete. This is the place to be reviews, and take that, Cat Pan Marvel. I'll see you guys on the podcast tomorrow night, 8 p.m. on Anchor. Like, share, subscribe.